Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. After the so-called debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I made a video and I gave you my assessment of what I saw and how much I understood of what was going on in there, and not only in there. I think that was, pointing out things, showing certain angles. And I think in this video, I should give some suggestions because, when you just point out, hey, I don't think that was right, that was wrong, was awful, and so on, it sounds nihilistic. You have to come with a, suggestion of, okay, how are we going to solve this issue that you noticed? And I'm going to try doing this in this video. And that is, I will bring some suggestions of how an honest, or even Donald Trump in this matter, could make things better. I think that both performances, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, were bad. The only issue is that for her, I personally did not have expectations. Why? From her proven statements, behavior on camera. So she already started from very low. So she maintained over there the same kind of low-flying profile under the radar. Donald Trump, on the other hand, I've seen better, much better. So if he started here somewhere, he performed here. And in the video that I made regarding the so-called debate, why so-called? This was not a debate. It was not a debate. It's not how a debate is conducted. Go and watch the video, and I explained over there what is debate. What is to debate? Donald Trump here was very, very subdued and really off. That's my assessment of what happened over there. So, how can he do it better? Or what was wrong with this behavior, with this performance? Well, let's start with the beginning. The best weapon in a conversation, in a debate, in an argument, is telling the truth, being honest. Because if you're honest, you believe in that, and that could not be changed. Some people will try to interpret truth, reality, but you're going to notice, like I think I noticed in both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, a kind of disingenuous approach of reality. Words and slogans, and in the future and in the past, and promises, and covering your tail from what you did or you didn't in the past. It's very easy to notice a dishonest person. Very easy. I will give you an example before I move into my suggestions of what people, I think, expected from Donald Trump. From Kamala Harris, I think she did as she was supposed to. Memorizing and everything else, given the questions, and the moderator is fact-checking on the spot. So at that dynamics, we got that game. But you can't control that. Trump could not control that. So all you can control is you talking. So sometimes I watch, how do you call them? There's certain panels in the Senate and the House, where they have in front of them so they have a panel of senators or House members who question certain officials of, let's say, secretaries of departments or judges. They want to take a job in the government, some bureaucrats. And they ask questions, these individuals. And for me, it's very, very revealing, because you understand who that person is. So you figure out in a second that person is not telling the truth and is a weasel, he's hiding something. Very easy. When the question goes like this: hey, Tom Jones, Mr. Tom Jones, Honorable Tom Jones, have you been in Chicago last night at 11:30 p.m.? The answer is yeah, I was over there. Let's say this is right. Yeah, I was. But the person knows that is wrong to answer that way, because from there he's going to be caught in something that is a lie, something he did that he was not supposed to. He said, maybe he met certain people that he was not supposed to. So he's not going to say, yes, I was over there in Chicago yesterday at 11:30 p.m. Go ahead. No, he's not going to say that. He's going to say, what do you mean tomorrow or yesterday? Well, I mean tomorrow. Yeah, I mean Chicago is a big city, and yes, we have to avoid the obvious answer, simple answer, because he knows or she knows that will grab him by the balls for doing something that was wrong. Remember one example, clear example, was when Ketanji Jackson, is that her name? Ketanji? I don't even fuck about pronunciation. Anyway, I mean, my name was butchered like, anyway, like a slaughterhouse. I don't care. Call me Tsutsu. I don't really care. Anyway, so Ketanji Jackson, when she was supposed to be confirmed as a Supreme Court judge, you remember when she was asked if she can, what is a woman? And what did she say? She's not a biologist. Obviously, she knew that she was on the wrong side of reality. Because if she said, yes, I know, this is what it is, then her guys that promoted her over there, the ideology, would have destroyed her. Maybe just withdraw her appointment. So she had to say, I'm not a biologist. Immediately you know she is wrong, she is not telling the truth or reality. And then you have to make a fool of yourself for people like you and I will notice. So Donald Trump. Donald Trump should have in his answers first half and the later half. The first half should be answering the question honestly, factually, and directly. Saying it with no flowers or beating around the bushes. And accusing everybody who he knew was responsible for the situation. And the second part would be so the first one would be more technical, accurate, and the other one would be attacking the system and the people involved in the system. Attacking the moderators, the so-called moderators, attacking the mass media, attacking Kamala Harris' legitimacy as the opponent. How did you get here? And I would stick to that. I would go half of it off subject, but with real things that the audience want a truthful person to say about this country. Like, for instance, you start, how about the Zelensky? How would you solve the war? The first one I would say how I think I would solve, and the other one I will smear these guys with truth, how they fucked us up and got us in, with evidence. I would start with, let's say, 2014. I would start with 1991. I would start with 1994 and Budapest Memorandum. I would start with many other things. And destroy them factually and directly with names and pointing finger and being very, very feisty. And funny. Make fun of these guys. Ridicule them because that's what they are. So be honest. Use your knowledge to defend and be courageous. Yes, man, I did this. Why? Because the people who are with you, they will stick with you. The people in between will appreciate your strength, your honesty. We all make mistakes. This way, you avoid it and you were in a defensive. I will be always the second part of the question. I will be on an aggressive offensive towards my opponent, whatever I can get out of it. Who's behind her? Husband and others? Because I'm pretty sure he knows that. If he doesn't know, his campaign did not do its job. I would go to the system. I would talk about things that people that really love him or like him for that. Over there, he was mild. They say he behaved himself. His people don't like him for behaving himself, but being genuine, straight, and pointing the finger to NBC, Fox News, that weasel, and having the courage. He didn't show any courage. He looked as if he was supposed to lose. And, you don't want to lose this gracefully. That means you don't want to make a fool of you, like say, oh, today is Wednesday, and today actually is Monday, like a fool. Or another biologist. You don't want to lose like that. So you try to use with a little bit of dignity, but your performance was a 2 out of 10 in my books. So I think and now he says, according to some sources, he doesn't have to debate next time. Really? I would debate, and I would go over there like a thunderbolt. I would go over there like a tornado. Because after this one, even people on your camp were like, what's going on here? That's not you. Why is not you? Go and watch one of his rallies. And not the rallies now. The rallies 4 years ago. Or, 8 years ago. Is not the same. It's not the same. But what can you do when you have a system trying to put you in prison, destroy your family, and destroy everything you got? I think you look at these things from a different perspective. What do you think? You can't win against the government if the government really wants to fight you. Remember when Trump talked about the FBI at one point in the first election, and it was that American Chuck Schumer. I remember the leading senator, the Jewish senator, American. And he said, it was in an interview invited by the, I don't want to say it, fake operatives, because they're operatives of the system. And he said, you never cross these guys. These guys have, 6 days till Sunday or 7 days till Sunday to get you. He knows what he was talking about. And that's it. That was a fool's mistake. It was a mistake. And he's paying for it. These guys control. If you cross them, then they will queue up. And I think Trump, when you sit in that stand over there and you fight in front of you is the United States government, what are you going to do? All right, so feisty, attack people directly on their record, on reality. They talked about that person eating whatever, dogs or whatever, not eating. Oh my God, it's so important. It's so important. Instead of mentioning certain things that these guys are even, how should I put it, more responsible of. Mention numbers of people that come in this country. Cross it. Very easy. Very easy. Again, he asked one question. Why don't you ask Kamala Harris if she agrees with the abortion at 6, 7, or I said 7, 8, and 9-month abortions? And the so-called moderators ignored it. When my turn came next time and I had my time of 2 minutes, which they cannot stop me, I would say, hey, you are working with her. See, that's what I'm talking about. Fake, blah, 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 his usual words. I asked that. They're not going to ask her. Why? Because they're together. I would make this kind of statements based on what happened right on the spot. I would call them right here. Who are you guys? What do you know? And I would get in their history and I find out who promoted them, who they work for, and I'm guaranteeing you they will find a connection to the Democratic Party, probably to the Republican Party, and expose the system. He didn't do that. He didn't even mention the next time. He just let himself drawn into a game of ping pong. That's it. But the ping pong was almost always initiated by Kamala, with following good orders, and those operatives. And he was over there always defending. No, let it go by you and you punch. Remember, in fighting, if you have to fight, the best, how you can tell someone is really a master in fighting is not a guy who punches and knocks you out from one punch. That's good, but not the fighting. That's one skill you acquired. Is if someone punches you, attacks you, like she, what do? One way is to just take it because you're strong. That means you're just like a baboon, and you punch him after that, or you try to punch. That's the worst, right? Boom, boom. The other one is how should I put it? The instinctual block. and then the guy will punch, and you block, and then block. But you're always in a block. You see, the other guy is gonna. You're always in a block. This was Trump. Now you can try, let's say, rope-a-dope from time to time. You know, bam, 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 and bam, bam. But you can't stay like this. You have to come out and fight. Remember, if you just want to look at what 1974 in how that Muhammad Ali with Foreman, rope-a-dope. That's what he did. He came out to fight immediately after he was rope-a-dope. Pam, 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 boom, and Foreman fell. So same here. You can't just stay over there and just maybe from time to time just scratch. That's another one. And then we go to a better one. Where a better one? Someone punches you, you block, and you punch. All right. The other one is just avoid. Punches, you turn. Punches, you move around without even doing it. Then the maximum, the best one is this. When he punches, you punch. So it's pum, 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 pum. So that's the opponent. Pum, pum. So whenever the person attacks, you just avoid and you strike back as a knockout. He didn't do that squat. What can I say? Maybe he's going to do it next time, which I strongly doubt it. I don't even know if he's going to be. I don't think this was a psychological. I don't think he was just, you know what I'm going to do now, guys? I'm just going to lose this one, not very badly. In the next one, I will her up. Why? So everybody's going to see, is going to be more excited than if I will destroy her now. So, you know, the first one is, oh my God, here. And the next one is going to be here. The difference between this is bigger than if I would have performed here. And the next time I would perform here. And next time I would perform here. You see, the crescendo is like this. But if you cup here right now, and the next time you hit here, look how much the enthusiasm will be. Look, man, how great this guy was. I hope he doesn't do that. From what I heard, Stephen Miller is his campaign over there. And Lewandowski, I think he is, how we call it, Corey Lewandowski. I like those guys very much. I gotta tell you that. Why? They are feisty, strong, fast. Well, one of them is Jewish, but hey, it seems like you have to. You know what I mean? Even from Trump. So, after all, he did his business in New York. Whose city is that? That's why it's so clean. So, my friends, here it is. Here it is. I think he's going to come next time. If he doesn't come, if it's going to be a next time. If the next one, he will be the same or... I think, and I'm not saying this, I think he's gone, he's done. I'm not saying this to make people, oh, screw it, I'm not going to go and vote. No, I'm not doing this for this, because that's exactly what these guys want, to demoralize us. Don't get demoralized. But in order to fix a problem, you have to figure out what's wrong with the problem, find, the whatever to fix it, and then fix it. Have the courage and develop the skills and then fix the problem. And then you're going to find something else wrong. And then you will do it again. But that's the way you grow. And if you don't make mistakes, you're not going to learn what the hell you are needing in order to succeed. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Not irreversible mistakes. Like, you die. That's an example, okay? Or, you have an arm amputated or half of brain not that kind if you can, but we're going to all make mistakes. So here it is. We'll find out if it's going to be a second debate. If this is going to be the last debate, that's not good, because you left some sour taste in his supporters' mouths. I guarantee you that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.